Welcome at Ask the Professor. I really liked that there is a big enthusiasm and also a few questions for me. So let's see what we can handle this. And also when you have additions to it or an idea on your own country or you have a nice example on the same area, please feel free to upload that as well. But let's start with the questions. The first question is about what can you explain about maintenance in continental climate weather conditions? It's a nice question, but also general, of course. But I think when you look at high temperature or low temperature or freezing or water or heavy rainfall, it's always about the climate change as well. But also when you look at the high temperatures and the low temperatures, I think when there is still, it's about the transition. It's not about if it is high, because then you also get a balance or equilibrium. But when you have this up and down of low to high and to low temperature, then you give a lot of problems, especially when you go around zero, what we have, for example, here in Holland. Then you go above zero and below zero, and then you get this freezing, not freezing. That means that water is getting liquid, fluid, so it can flow everywhere. Then it's freezing again, and then you really get problems in switches and crossings. That's life, but when you look, for example, to the north area, going to the North Pole, like in Narvik or somewhere else in Norway, high in the north, then you have a problem only once in the autumn, and then it's below zero all the way long till, say, May. And then you have no problems, because then it is steady going with low temperatures. Of course, you have to be ready with your construction, but the problem really is the big differences between above or low or high and temperature switches. That's really an issue. Heavy rainfall is another one, because then you get problems with flooding embankments or other things, and that's how to control that one. So we have to be very carefully and be aware, and also an expert on the way. Okay, when you have a delta on temperature, be aware, and also you have to know the expertise. For example, in Holland, we have per season, we have a working team to control this and also to make the right maintenance actions as well. So maybe you have the same in your own country. I don't know. We have another question about maintenance and on turnouts, and also the monitoring about it and how to deal with the data to make the right maintenance on switches and also turnouts and other complicated constructions, I think. So the main issue is, are these sensors and maintenance, predictive maintenance approach and monitoring of this, is that enough? That was more or less the question. Is this enough to control it fully and to be in control till the full life cycle? And of course, you can do a lot. You can also use statistics and all kinds of tricks to raise up your security and also your reliability and the trust in your sensors. But still, there is always something what can go wrong. And mostly what is going wrong is that it's not only one part or one parameter. It always is a combination of problems with the sleeper. Means there's a problem with the ballast, and therefore it's sinking track, and therefore it's hammering, and therefore we have a broken clamp or whatever. So it's always multiple summation of problems, and then you get a problem. That's not what is mentioned in the handbook. And the handbook says, okay, everything is perfectly, and we only look at when the sleeper is not supporting anymore. And then you get an answer, okay, when one sleeper is not okay, then maybe the other three is also, when they are not supporting, okay. But that's not the case. It's always the case when one is not doing his job, then the others are always broken and hammering and dynamics. So there is a broken sleeper, there is ballast crushing, and that's the issue. And you cannot find this in the handbook. And that's the same with this maintenance and monitoring. Which parameters you need to monitor to get the full system picture you are controlling. And that's not easy. That's different, sometimes different in all kinds of countries. It's depending on the load, it's depending on the wheel quality. So we have another 100 parameters who can disturb your view on maintenance. So that's the tricky part. So you have to know, and that's science. You have to know, and also to invest, which are the dominant parameters. Can I monitor these, and how quick or how often I have to monitor these, and then do your analysis on your data and make your own plan. And how? That's depending on your system, and also depending on which trains are running over, is it mixed traffic, etc. So you have to be a real expert to get and to understand this picture. So go ahead and learn a lot and also learn from each other. Thank you very much for your questions. I really enjoyed it. It's a wide question, a general question, no problem. When you have a dedicated problem from your own country, or you really like to understand this, feel free, upload the question and come back with the next Ask the Profession. That would be the last one, so don't hesitate and pick your chances. Good luck.